Okay.
Might go for
Totally off topic.
He might go for the Patriots.
All right.
Who knows?
With the pleasantries out the way, Shnazi, good to have you back, my friend.
Thanks. I'm happy to be here. I'm good to be back. I missed the podcast last week. And
Yeah.
I want to send an apology to the fans and also an apology to the fans that we didn't get around to the Week 11 preview show.
Yeah, well, that was obviously a big issue that was kind of out of our control.
It was.
The state of the state in South Australia, that is, being in full lockdown. So obviously we couldn't get around to that one. However, we're bigger and better than ever before tonight, I think.
Yeah, state, day one.
You're all over me tonight, aren't you?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Why couldn't you take the night off?
Shnazi, how about you take us through good call, bad call, my friend?
Mate, good call, bad call. Happy to be back. Happy to be doing it.
Yeah.
Happy to get straight into it.
Beautiful.
Good call, bad call. Tua has instant regrets after saying this last week. I expected it to be a lot harder. Not that it's not hard.
I think it's a good call.
Yeah, he'd probably regret that one, I would have thought. Yeah. I mean, that's why I'm not wearing the Miami Dolphins #1 Guernsey tonight.
Not tonight.
Yeah.
No, you're actually wearing the clown hat. We'll get to why.
Yeah, I don't want to talk
why
about
that's
it.
staying on your snug little dome there all night long. Hey, I think if you come out and you talk a talk like that, it's not great that
You've
when
got to
you're
walk the walk.
when you're expected to walk the walk the very next week and you get pulled.
Yeah.
And
Just losing to the Broncos is the problem.
Well, yes, that's a big red flag.
Yeah.
Well, I think there was at one point in the game where they had 5 straight 3 and outs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he wasn't doing a lot with
I
the
think in
ball.
the third
And the
quarter-
defense had him in the game early,
Yeah.
as has been the case. And I think when push come to shove, Tua just couldn't deliver and had to get Fitzmagic in to try win the game.
We just try to move the ball. I think they only had about a bit over 100 yards from scrimmage through the third quarter.
Yeah,
So,
it wasn't pretty.
No,
Wasn't
no.
pretty.
Not for your favourite son.
No.
But we'll see. They might bounce back.
I was
I think
upset.
they're going to struggle to remain in the Elite 8, I would have thought. But
Yeah, big strife.
we'll wait and see.
And I
on
pushed
that
so hard for so many weeks to
I
get him in
know,
there,
I know.
and it'll probably be short-lived.
It's poetic justice. I love it. Shnazi, good call from me, my friend.
Awesome. Slammer,
Yeah, I'm with you.
good call.
Yep.
Excellent. Thank God you're here. Another great TV show.
TV show.
It was fantastic.
Good call, bad call. Baltimore Ravens cannot win the Super Bowl.
Whoa, it's a big one. Big call. It's definitely a big call. They can't win the Super Bowl. Well, if they're playing like the way they're playing at the moment, no, I'd agree with you that they can't win the Super Bowl. But if they could find some of the form that they had towards the end of last year and maybe even at the start of this year a little bit and could get back on the right track, then maybe if they get on a hot streak like that, can be pretty hard to stop. But the way they're playing at the moment, no chance at all.
To me, it looks like teams have done their research. They've got him figured out a little bit, and now Lamar's having to play a way that he's not really either used to, comfortable with, or maybe, what's the best way to put this? It's not the ticket to success. Like, he doesn't have the runs on the board with the throwing of the ball to carry an offense when they're going to sell out and stop them from doing what they initially want to do.
I think it's clear to me. They're a front-running team. Yeah. And in the past few weeks, the pack caught up to him, as Slam just mentioned.
Yeah.
And trying to come from behind, Lamar just doesn't have the arm.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't have that arsenal in his game.
He just doesn't have that. He doesn't have that 2-minute drill in him.
No.
No. We talked off air before about Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
He just has not even a 2-minute drill. It's probably a minute drill.
Yeah.
With a few timeouts there. Lamar Jackson, I would have no faith in him pulling together a 2-minute drill to win a game.
Yeah.
And that's what you're going to need to win in the playoffs, because when you start playing the Chiefs, the Steelers, the Saints, and the Packers, and even the Titans, you're going to need that in your back pocket to come out, because if you're behind...
And this is not a new issue, the other thing. This is an ongoing problem for them for upwards of almost 2 seasons
Well,
now.
they haven't won a playoff game with him.
Yeah, exactly.
They're 0-2 in the playoffs with him under centre. So
And we've mentioned before about how these questions can only get answered at the tail end of the year.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that the questions can't get larger now.
They're behind the Browns. They're
Yeah.
third in the division.
Let's be honest. Right now, if they don't pull their finger out, they're not even going to make the postseason.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, well, exactly right.
yeah.
It's struggle town in Baltimore at the moment.
Yep.
Yeah,
And I don't think they're going to get past the Chiefs at all.
I don't think so either.
No. As far as hoping Slam was going to go with the answer. But anyways, make it up on the fly. We'll see how we go. Good call, bad call. After all the water that's gone under the bridge in Dallas are best positioned to clinch the NFC East.
Yeah, so we had a quick chat last week when it was just me and Slammer in the booth about the fact the Giants were coming along nicely. Now, obviously, the Giants had the bye on the weekend, so we didn't see any of them. However, the Cowboys did look a lot better this week, Chuck.
They did much better. Now, this is how I had envisioned it going when Dalton came in the first time. This is what I was expecting to see. And that was why, and that was even why at the start of the season I said that potentially they weren't going to be worse off if Dalton was under centre than Dak. Obviously, the first 2 games, that was not the case at all. But on the weekend, they did look much better. Granted, it was the Vikings, and the Vikings didn't play very well. But still, Yeah, I think it'll come down to the Giants or the Cowboys, and I think they might even play each other in the last round.
Yeah.
If I'm not
They do.
mistaken.
You're correct.
So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it came down to that Week 17 game. Although even the football team is not looking too bad the last couple of weeks either.
Well, they have each other this week.
Who's that? The Giants and the football team?
No, the football team and the Cowboys.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's it.
So whoever wins that game, well, not whoever wins it. If Dallas win, they go top of the division. Because this week Philadelphia have got the Seahawks, and then Giants have the Bengals, but the Dallas hold the win-loss record, or the head-to-head. Sorry, so we could be seeing Dallas going back to top of the NFC East.
That division truly is the gift that keeps on giving.
It is.
Oh, it's content. It's genuine content.
Every time any of those teams play, it's either deplorable or it's always deplorable. But like, it's just, how is this still going? Like, how can it just possibly
it's
be this
mind-boggling.
deplorable?
At the start of the year, I could not fathom we would be saying the Giants are a chance to win.
I know.
No.
I know.
And now we're saying they're probably the hottest team in that division.
It's like,
It's come full circle.
what the hell
Because
is
they've won
going on?
2 games in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah. It's only been 11 weeks. But hey, you did touch on the Eagles quickly.
11 weeks,
They're
and the
gonna
best
get
team's
flogged.
got 3 wins.
Yeah,
They'll get flogged by the Seahawks.
they do not look good.
That's
Yeah,
gonna be
they're in
that's
trouble.
going to be a good one in the preview show.
Mate, I can't wait. They've been sitting up the top for like the last 4 weeks now, and
Yeah.
every week we're going, time. It's time.
They'll
It's time.
probably-
And finally this week, I reckon it's time.
The way
Carson-
they're going, they'll probably come last in that division now.
Yeah.
Oh, I would not put it beyond
I
them.
think Carson Wentz, in when we get to their game shortly, is going to cop it. I would have thought. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what's the problem that I'm even thinking of now, Blaze, right? So one of these teams is going to win this division with probably 6 wins at best, I would have thought, right? So everybody else in that division is going to get probably a top 12 pick in the draft.
Yeah.
And then that team is going to be automatically vaulted into playoff contention. So they won't be picking until at least pick 20. So it's almost like the worst case scenario for any of those teams to win the division, because it means they're going to be picking so much later in the draft.
That's a good thought, really.
Yeah, it only just hit me then. But I'd be worried if you only win 6 games and then you don't pick until pick 21.
So you think there might be a little underlying narrative going on here?
Nobody wants to win it.
Yeah, it's going to be tank. It's a
tank off.
It's a tank.
Yeah, you'll
off.
see the Giants and the Cowboys in week 17 both trying to go backwards.
It's
Just safety after safety after safety.
and that would be the perfect way to sum up.
Yeah.
the year for
That
the
would, be the
NFC.
best way.
That
That would be the best way for the NFC East to finish, no doubt.
brilliant.
Moving on.
Yes.
Last one. Good, cool, bear, cool. Our Raiders, it's not our. The Raiders are the 3rd best team in the AFC.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'll let Chucky take this, but
Yeah, I like this one, and that's because it was mine. Shock horror. Yeah, they very well might be, Schnars. We were looking before, they'd beaten the Saints.
Yep.
They've lost to the Bucks and the Chiefs, and I think there was another one. Oh, the Bills, they lost by about a touchdown there. 3 pretty respectable losses. I think the only bad one was to the Patriots in about week 2 or 3.
Correct.
And then, everyone else they've beaten. So they actually have been pretty dangerous. They were pretty good on Sunday night as well. Like, right up in that game,
If
right
they
until the
weren't
very
playing
end.
Patrick Mahomes and his squad of men,
Yeah, 100%. They were playing
That's
anybody
it.
else.
that was a win.
Yeah,
was the
they would
only
have won.
difference.
They played pretty good football.
Provide a bit of context for the fans out there.
Yep.
The other top teams in the AFC, according to us, are the Colts, the Titans, the Bills, and the Ravens.
Yeah, I think the Bills have probably got a fair shout to be the number 3 team as well there.
Yeah.
But it's very close. It's
yeah,
very close.
It's wide open. I think they'll be super, super happy with a kind of resurgence from Derek Carr at the moment. I think he looks really good under center. Obviously, you got Josh Jacobs, who's a bona fide young stud in the making of being one of those top tier, if not already, running backs in the league.
Yeah.
And obviously, then the wide receiver room and tight end Darren Waller played a pretty good game again.
Yeah,
So-
I think yesterday on Sunday Night Football, the 2 best tight ends in the league were playing.
Yeah,
pretty
well,
much
it
the
did
way
look
they're
that
going
way.
this year.
Yeah.
But in summary to your statement there, Schnazzy boy, I would say that if you're the division winner and you get the Raiders as a wildcard team, you're going to be pretty flat.
Yeah.
Because they will be red hot coming in.
Yeah.
Full credit has to go to John Gruden here too.
Yeah.
He has,
And Derek Carr's career resurgence as well.
yeah, I think John's played a large part in that. But
Yeah.
I think at the start of the year we had him probably going 4-12 at best, 5-11.
Yep.
Yeah, I reckon I had him last.
We weren't too hot on them, but they've been unreal this year.
Yeah.
They've taken it to the Chiefs twice this year.
Yeah.
We're the best team in football.
100%. Yeah.
Which is something to hang their hat on. And I reckon although they lost on the weekend, got a lot of confidence out of that loss.
You
Yeah.
get credit. You definitely get credit. You've already beat them once in Arrowhead.
Yeah.
And then you go up against them. You host them, and it takes, like you quite rightly say, a minute and a half drill from Patrick Mahomes, and he ices you, and that's what he does. That's fine.
They wouldn't be too
But-
upset about that, I
Yeah.
wouldn't have thought.
No.
Tell you what, builds a bit of hope for Las Vegas. Like new team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next year, come around.
It's what they had to do as well. Like, if you're going to have a new team in a new stadium, all that sort of jazz, you want to be exciting for the first
You
year.
want some hype around them, and next year
Yeah.
there'll be plenty of hype behind these boys.
It's good to see that new stadium on, under the Sunday night lights. It was kind of,
Yeah.
it's an impressive place
Yeah.
to go watch football, I imagine. And one day, hopefully, maybe we'll go there and have
That would
a
be good.
gander.
Yeah.
And
Shout out if you've got any free tickets and free accommodation and free airfares. Las Vegas.
I don't love your chances on that one, big guy.
It's worth a shot.
But good. Worth it.
Yeah,
Throw it
worth
Hail
it.
Mary.
Yeah,
It's
that's
all right.
it.
That's all I got, Blaze.
Every now and then they catch them.
That's
Hey,
all I got.
I love it. It's good to have you back, Schnazi. Your interesting NFL top stories, I guess, as we like to call them. You have the hot takes. We give you what we reckon, and we'll get it up there on the socials and just have a
Awesome.
Have a
jolly
gander
good
at
time.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Hey, after stumbling my way through that quite poorly, shall we
Yeah.
jump into the Thursday night football match?